All right, so this is episode shit. I don't even know what episode we're on. The 210 podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. We're recording out at El Honky Tonk today. Back at El Honky Tonk, we've been recording at Alamo Beer Company recently. We got a very special guest here in the house, Don Lewis.
Howdy,
What's
man.
up? What's
excited
up?
to be on the show today with y'all.
Yes, sir. I appreciate your time, man. I know you guys live pretty far away, man. Where'd you say you were from?
We were from Commerce, Texas. We drove 4 hours to be here yesterday, but it's because we started off at a show in Terrell, so it was like kind of halfway in between it. So just kept on trucking on and then showed up out here, played at El Honky Tonk last night, had a great show. First San Antonio debut. And, I'm super proud of the attention that we had last night.
Nice.
And let's keep it going and just keep on thriving from there is what I'm thinking right now.
I love it, man. So good turnout last night, huh?
Oh, beautiful. Yes, sir.
First time in San Antonio?
It's our first time, period. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, you come
Like your
out
first
here,
time, like you never come to visit either.
Never been to San Antonio, man. So
Nice.
I'm having a good experience so far. I can't complain.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. You got to try the tacos and some of the barbecue out here before you guys roll out.
We're eating barbecue today. That's one of the things. We're riding scooters and going barbecuing today. We're gonna have fun in San
You pick a
Antonio.
barbecue joint yet?
Brazos.
Okay, good
Yes,
stuff. There's actually one around the corner here too called Pinkertons.
I heard that one too. That was the other one. So
Yeah,
we
it's
might
pretty
do that
good.
as well.
Good for y'all, man. Hell yeah. All right, so we're gonna get started, man. So what we like to do is we like to try to go all the way back and figure out where you started from, what your inspiration was to get into music, man. So Texas born, Texas raised.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What got you into music, man? Like how old were you when you started getting into music?
Sweet. So like I was probably 23 when I first got into it.
Oh,
And it
really?
was,
So you weren't like one of those young
No.
kids singing everywhere.
Nah, I didn't. I grew up on a farm, man. Singing really wasn't like the option for work. You don't think about like, yeah, I'm gonna start singing. That is not something my father would have even put in my face.
Yeah.
Or, he promoted in my any kind of way. It was go feed the pigs, go take the horses out the pen, and then go clean the pens out and stuff like that. So like, I guess we would sing in between work, but you don't think you could sing when you're in the middle. It's just your brothers. You're just messing around.
Yep.
And I just got into music because I had a friend of mine who was already in it, real involved, and we just at the time, I think it's 2020, this artist that was just blowing up at the time, his name was Blueface. It was terrible music. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Man, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was that Bust Down Thotiana song. It was
Yeah.
real, but it was super big, and it just didn't make no sense. This girl got in my car one night on a date. I don't remember her name no more. But she got in. She's like, you gotta hear this guy. He's blowing up right now. I was like, okay.
Sure.
Gets in there and plays the song. I'm like, wow, I can write better than this. I got to figure out where to go. And my boy, like I said, was already doing music. And we kind of did some little podcasts, little light stuff, getting involved, just showing off a voice, just getting into stuff. And then I finally recorded my first song, which was Lost in My Ways. And it's just been traveling from there, man.
Nice. Good for you, man. That's what's up.
So bad music made me want to get into music because I just I think I can write something of substance.
That's crazy. That's a story I've never heard before as far as how somebody got into music.
Yeah, you think, like, man, I was a kid, I was just playing guitar. No, I was like, it just happened because I was tired of, the bad stuff. It's so saturated with just, oh my gosh, nothing it's fluff music. It's exactly what it is. And it's not talking about nothing.
Yep.
Still talking, which is cool. I like to have sex, I like to fucking do all that. But the way they speak about it, man, is just so degrading, if any kind of way, one to women. It just doesn't speak about their intelligence when they're talking about it, and the word flow that they say they're flowing on is just, the flow's weak as fuck. I think there's better ways to talk about. Eminem like puts a whole story around, and the words right after the words go back into, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he ties everything together.
It does, and that's something that's lyrically genius to me.
It is.
Like, I wanted to be a lyrical mastermind when it came to writing these songs. Even in the country now, like, it all ties back.
It all ties together. Yeah, and I wanted to talk about that transition. It's right. You were listening to this music, and you're like, man, that's just whack.
It was.
I can do so much
which
better
sucks
than
because you have people who are gonna obviously say that your shit's whack because you can't.
There's always gonna be haters.
You can't be for everybody, no doubt. But I felt like I was gonna have a little less haters. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then he's always got drama built around. I don't plan on having a bunch of drama in my career as we continue to go on. Like,
good.
Not no beating women or nothing crazy. You know what I mean? I don't need no Chris Brown allegations. I'm too big and black for all that noise. It sucks. He's 13 years, 17 years later from that. He still got that same situation that pops up. See, so I don't want that drama. I don't ever want that around in my life because anything that you do when you got a spotlight on you is amplified times 100.
Nobody forgets that shit.
He's 30 years old. And then he did it when he was 17. Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough
been that
one.
long?
Yeah, it's been that, and they still bring that shit up. So like, I got to be on my P's and Q's. So that's all I ever think about is like not being fake, but still being responsible, respectful to a degree.
100%. Man, P's and Q's, bro. I don't hear anybody say that.
I'm super fucking country, man.
No, I
That's what
get it, man. Hey, so I learned that I got that phrase when I was in the army, man. But no, I've never heard anybody else say that. You know what that comes from?
What does it come from? I just got it from my pops a long
Did
time.
you?
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
And to be honest, I used to say it all the time. I had no idea what it would mean either. And I was like, man, I gotta quit saying this. I don't even know what the fuck it means, dude. So P's and Q's is pints and quarts, and supposedly like back in the day, you would do like a tour on a ship or whatever, and you could choose to get some of your salary paid in alcohol, in pints and quarts. And so minding your P's and Q's is minding your paycheck.
Yeah,
Cause
try
it's
to
like-
mind mine.
Yeah.
Try to mind your business.
Good stuff, man. So you started off in like what would you categorize it? Is it hip hop, rap?
It was more rhythm and blues, hip hop for
Rhythm and
sure.
blues, hip
I
hop.
wouldn't say straight rap. I mean, I did rap there for a bit. I ended up meeting a couple managers, and we did a little rap spill for a bit, but they was no good for me. But I did make some cool rap along the way because I did get to go do, you go through shit to get to shit. And that's all I'm gonna say. Every time you go do something new, you get a little bit better. You get some character. You get some stuff maybe you don't like, but you end up putting some new art together. And we made some cool rap music. But I started off with the rap or the rhythm and blues, the hip hop.
Yeah.
Did Lost My Ways, which is kind of like singing, but it's got a good catchy beat. It still flows. It flows real well. And that's what I wanted to get into originally. And then I met my new manager, and that's where now we're doing what we are today. But I'm still trying to mix them together.
You still got some of that vibe in your music, yeah. And so how long did it take you from like saying, okay, I'm gonna do music to putting out that song? Like how long did that learning process and that, okay, cool, I'm comfortable putting this music out?
All right, so the music wise, I was just like, let's get something out. But I've heard the SoundCloud people. When I first got into the first song, I was like, I just don't want that level of people to come to me and be like, man, that sounds like SoundCloud rap.
That underground rap. Yeah.
So I met a guy named Clay Dustin out there at a tattoo shop one day, and he just was in there. My boy who did my tattoos was like, you got to hear this kid freestyle. You got to hear this kid freestyle. And I hit him a little quick freestyle. I don't even remember what it was. But he allowed me to go to my first studio. And
oh, nice.
I got to go to the studio, record Lost My Ways. And I just started banging it out from there. And I wanted to have that song. I think I was sitting on a song for like 3 weeks. He's like, no, this is good. Let's get it out. First song right then and there. But that's when we're using YouTube beats. Now we make everything like from scratch.
Yeah.
And that's even cooler, It's like
Oh,
you're
for
literally
sure.
pulling ideas and energy out of the air and just making it into existence.
So then you don't really have any kind of like music training or education.
No, I've just been learning as I go for the last 3 years.
I love it, man.
Oh yeah, it just shows anybody can do whatever they want to.
Yeah.
Right? It's like if you just have, I think an ear for music would be the best thing. I've taken coaching my whole life real well, and I can listen and I can learn. So like I've had good bar jobs, I've had sawmill jobs, I've had a lot of blue collar stuff, and I've always been one of the top workers because I just listen real well, and I think it happens
Willing to
the same
learn.
thing. Yeah, why not? Because I
Yeah.
want to get better with myself every day, and it's just the journey and the process for me,
I like
not
that.
nobody else.
100%. I like that, man. That's pretty cool, man. To come from literally, you didn't start me, you said what, 22, 23?
Yeah.
And then learning this. So I mean, that's definitely an inspiration for anybody who's saying, man, I like the idea of maybe making music, right? I feel like I could be a lyrical genius.
You could.
You know what I'm saying?
Flow is huge too. People just get the flow mixed up. They don't. if you got
Explain
something
that to me.
keeps
Explain that to
spitting.
me.
So when I started writing, even with the music that I have now, I wanted it to sound like the water never stopped pouring on the song. So like I got Addict, man, and that's exactly.
You put that lyric in a song yet?
No, and I wanted it to sound like the water never stopped pouring when I start singing. Literally, and that's it's got to be like butter when it's melting off. I'm like, damn, he didn't ever stop spitting, and then when he did hit the beat, it's because the beat like. Right. He kept riding that mother trucker.
I like it. That's true, man. That's true that you got to kind of, it's like the melody, right? Like as long as you know that melody and you're rolling with it. Good stuff. So when did you transition into country music?
Yeah, that was after the rap event. I was. Just
How long was that
fiasco.
rap stint?
It was about 1.5 years, I think.
Okay.
And then I met a manager. I won't break his name. I went out bringing live. Real cool people. He was a cool dude. He invited me over his house. He was super personal. It was just I was paying for everything, and it didn't make no sense.
What do you mean when you say paying for everything? What does that mean?
Not studio time wise, but now I see the manager I do have does pay for studio time and everything else. But I was paying for events, and I was winning the events, and then I was winning the events,
Like singing events.
Yeah, quote unquote rap. Well, they were rap events at
Okay.
the time, so I was rap. It was like the rhythm and the rap vibe of it. And I would win that, and he'd be like, "Yeah, Don, you won it, man. We're going to Houston." I was like, "Oh yeah, you just got to get everybody else pretty much a hotel room." And I was like, I was paying for the whole team to go, and I was like, what? How did I win shit? I was like, I don't feel like I won anything.
I just got a $10 bill.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not broke, but y'all mother truckers is taking all my money right now. Showing up to my shows, I paid for all the merch. They'd help out with merch sales, but I'm paying for them to show up to the show too, and then I'm paying them out of pocket for the merch. I'm like, this doesn't.
And who's all on this team? Like, why do you need so many people?
There was like 5 people, and I was like, man, why am I having to pay so much? And they're not bringing nobody in. They're just coming in, they're selling shirts, and then they're pocketing cash off my merch that I'm paying for. It was bad. It was atrocious. And then I ended up just walking. I don't know how I fired him. He tried to go off on my cousin one night, but we're real burly people. Like you a big man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I saw you on the videos yesterday. I was like, oh, he's a pretty big dude, man. I gotta bring my A game. Do some push-ups before I walk in.
And it's just crazy because people put their insecurities up when we get around. So me and my cousin are talking about, man, you got to pay $300 to go to Houston. That doesn't even make no sense, right? And I was like, yeah, it don't make no sense. We gonna talk with old boy when we get here. We didn't even get to talk to him. As soon as he comes out, he's just being loud. And why you bring your cousin with you? I was like, oh,
It's
okay.
like, oh, he's got questions.
It's my birthday. It was his birthday too. I was like, he can ride with me. I'm your main artist. First, I'm your best artist. I'm not gonna try to, big dick nobody, but I am your best artist.
Like,
if I want to bring
because of
one
me.
person to the studio, I'm gonna bring him to the studio. So I didn't like how he was being disrespectful to my cousin. I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go home. And I went. I took my ass home, and I sat there for a few more days, and then I ended up going to meet the original guy, Mr. Clay Dustin, who I brought up originally. We go out, but
he's the man you're working with now.
No. We're about to get this. This is where the transition of country happens.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha,
I got Charlie C in between Clay. So Clay's pretty much, he was my manager, but he wasn't really doing nothing besides throwing money extra to help promote on the song. So I'd make the song. He'd be like, if whatever you put in to promote the song, you should have to put promotion behind music now, man. How you gonna get it out there if you just put it in your hometown? You don't have no following.
For sure.
At the time, I did not have the following that we've accumulated now.
Got it.
And it starts stacking up. We're going to Clay, and he's like, "Here, you put 400, I'll put 400."
So you guys were, when you say promote, you're running ads on social media? Is that what you're doing?
Okay, trying to get in playlisting, which is a huge thing for Spotify.
Like on Spotify, yeah.
He had that connection. He didn't have the connection as
That's huge.
Shows wide.
Right.
I know, and I didn't realize that at first because you're like, my manager also, because my new manager does the new shit that I'm about to bring up here in a second.
Okay.
We go down there, old dude I was talking about, cut him out, done. I go see Clay again. That same day, I meet my manager. I go down there for a little barbecue cookout. They got Hector Camacho, who is a boxer. A boxer. He's down there. He's one of Clay Dustin's people.
Oh, nice.
Clay pretty much was working with it. He brought in another artist. His name was Ikopo. If you ever get the chance to look at this guy, he's a terrible person. I don't ever talk bad on people, but like, I won't air his own business out there, but man, it was bad. He ended up wanting to do a song with me, and my manager, via Mike Welch, walks in, and we're all sitting there, Ikopo, me. I'm not playing the guitar yet. We're just freestyling, and Mr. Welch is like, "Why aren't you doing more with Don instead of Ikopo?" And he's like, Clay Dustin's like, "Oh, he's not ready." So it goes from there. Oh, he's not ready to. All right. Well, what would you? If you don't want to do nothing with him right now because of this, why don't I'll do something.
I'll
for
take
him.
him.
So Mike ends up buying my contract out from Clay.
Wow.
The next week, Ikopo messes up.
And this is just from listening to you flow.
Yeah, just off another freestyle, just sitting
so
there with
you
the
said
guitar.
you weren't playing guitar. Oh, so you weren't playing guitar.
Ikopo was at the time. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it just
at this point, did you know how to play guitar?
No. Wow. I knew piano a little bit more than I knew guitar.
Okay.
So Mike Welch ends up buying, and he comes to me. He's like, "Hey man, you got a real sweet vibe to you." Like, what do you think about country? I was super hesitant. Not that I don't like country, but I've been hearing what's been coming out. Even here recently, it's revamped. A lot of it, like I said, we write our own melodies, new stuff. I didn't want to have to be in the box of doing the same stuff they were doing. So he brings up country, and at first, there's a grinding process, there's a grow process. The music at the very first part,
were you fighting it?
Oh man, it's because it wasn't like the country I thought I was gonna do at first at all. It was super poppy. It was more EDM-esque type country, like Kane Brown originally with who was the bigger Marshmello type vibe, but worse. I mean, the sound was good. Like I put the sound as much as I could on there, but the people that Mike brought in, who were supposed to be the know-it-alls of making somebody a superstar. Yeah. Where one scammers, he ended up learning that one out the hard way. Just ain't about shit, ain't about their stuff. They actually have a bunch of legal causes going against them now. Oh wow. But after we got done with those people, now we started getting into like the Neon U, the other song, the real country that I've actually enjoyed to make now. Yeah. And it's been such an easier transition. The fans have been more loving, and they've embraced it. They show up, they buy drinks, they buy merch, they put us on their snaps, they put us on their TikToks, and we've gone from like I think I had my first little 36,000 big break on a video, and I thought that was something. And now we're sitting at 200,000 alone just on one app. I think 500,000 followers altogether on all my different social medias.
Yeah.
And from the country, man, I can't complain. I'm not gonna complain. Growth is growth. If I see results are results, when you see them, I want it.
Yeah, 100%. Have you gotten any not, I wouldn't say like backlash, but anybody kind of pushing back on the fact that you went from like hip hop to country? It's weird. What I've seen is that like when artists go from like hip hop or rap or something to country, the country community like hates it.
Yes.
But if like a country artist goes to pop, no one gives a fuck.
The thing about that is I am from the country. So
right.
it'd be hard to hate. It'd be like, I grew up, you know, my pops was teaching me how to rope. We was out there working the farm. I was out there breaking horses, cutting fucking pig nuts out. It's like, what more country do you need?
And you know, I don't think a lot of people know that about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have never known that if we didn't have that conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Which is good. It's like, I shouldn't have to go out there flexing. It makes you want to keep an open mind too. And it's like, even if you didn't doubt that, you should look at me and be like, that guy's probably got a little bit of integrity. And he's probably worked hard for a lot of things. Cause ain't nothing sweet. It's not like I just grew up real soft and the city happened and I'm over here writing about nonsense. Like, I'm writing about my trials and my tribulations. I'm bringing up having a good time from the way that I knew how to have a good time. My mama, my granny loves my music and they're country as hell. So I knew what I was writing for at the end of the day.
That's awesome. So you write all your own music?
Like I said, the writers group. So
that's right. Yeah.
No, but I do write a lot of the tunes. So when I'm obviously not in Nashville, I don't have time to sit there and work with 3 other people unless we do a voice or a FaceTime call or something like that. But it would be like I said, me and you and Mark are over there sitting in the room. You guys know how to play the guitar, and you bring in 7 new chords that I've never even thought of adding into a song. Well, you do that, and we bring up, man, well, what's the topic today? I remember writing Watered Down Whiskey, and I was like, we need to write about how none of these women ain't shit except for whoever the woman you are with. I was like, oh, the women gonna love that. That's exactly what we're thinking about. I was like, all right, so what do we call it? Or like drinking, we're singing country. It's got to have some kind of drinking involved, but it can't be like too on the, I don't want to be brown nosing it right there. So like, what if they were watered down whiskey? I was like, all right, that's what we're writing with. And we're going to go
That's
from
a great
that.
title, yeah.
It is. And we just were able to make it down. It's like, all right, what's the comparison for drinks? It's like, we got the Bud Light Love. We got the overpriced Chardonnay. Like, I done had the real bougie rich white girls. I done had the real bougie mama's, daddy's money girls. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, they not it. It doesn't have the girls that you probably shouldn't bring home from the bar. You know, it had those beers. And then you get to every other person being compared pretty much to just watered down whiskey. Yeah. So that's the writing process of how it goes down. If I'm not by myself. Now, if I'm by myself, the music usually it hits this soulful Louisiana-esque type vibe, like Homecoming. I don't know if you've gotten to hear that. That's just one of my straight writes. Red Light is one of my straight writes. I get to write my sad shit that's not straight traditional country, mostly by myself. And you can hear the difference in songs when I have
it's definitely
my only hand in there. Yeah.
And so you get to put your own style even in the music, how it's produced.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Not that Nashville don't have the recipe for writing bangers though.
For sure. I mean, that's why everybody moves over there, right? I mean, just to get influenced by the culture. Yeah.
And sit in the writer's blocks with people that are way bigger than you. It's humbling to go over there, and everybody's they're sitting on a big box of accolades. And
right. They got all. I got a million streams.
That's an ass. And dude's like, yeah, I was on The Voice or whatever. It's like, you want to write a song? Yes. Now the only problem with that is too, you go over there with those people who do have the accolades, and they'll try to big dick you. So we'll sit, like I said, me and you be writing a song in a circle group, and then like we wrote one called Crazy in Love, and this was the most fun song. It was with Cody Johnson's people, and guy, I think his name's Ryder or something. He's a super cool guy. But every time I said something, it didn't go over his head. It's like they internalized it, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't really know about that." And we'd go around 5 minutes, and he would just repeat everything I said. And thank God my manager was in there. That we were over there texting. I was like, "Did you hear that? Yeah. Did you just see what he did? They do this to me when you're not here." That's what I told them. They do this to me all the time when you're not here. And it's like, I know I'm good enough now to write with the Nashville songwriters, but you get to hanging out. It'd be like if you're hanging out with, oh my gosh, George Strait. And he's like, you're going to listen to George Strait if he says, yeah, that's what happened. So like if George Strait big dick me, I'm going to be like, yeah, George, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, Roger that.
And I didn't. Eventually at the end though, he was very funny. He's like, feel like you said that. And I just started laughing. I was like, nah, man, I didn't put that lyric in there.
You got it written down.
Yeah, it was like nobody. There was 4 other people in the room too. They were all looking at me and I was like, nah, this is what happens all the time when y'all aren't here. I just want you to know that. They do this to me.
I love it. So how do you I guess this is more of a question like advice for like artists who are not where they are in their career where you're at right now. Like what advice would you give them? How do you get in those circles? How do you get to connect with these people at those levels with all those accolades?
Well, I grew up platform first, which there were so many milestones to even get into, to get, you know, your EPK set up, which is your electronic press kit, so you look professional when you come to venues, and they can see all the analytics. They can go straight to your website. They can go this, and that. If you can't, but if you're before you even get there, there's more levels of that. First, I would say building the platform period. Or like if you have the song, which
when you say building a platform, you mean like building a following?
Social media is huge.
Following.
Why not, man? We have the phone. How are you gonna just play your songs in front of your friends in your car all the time? And you're saying, you know, you're going to be one of the best, or you want to be one of the greater ones, but you're not even promoting it. You're not going out. You're not getting uncomfortable. You're not going to pay to plays.
Yep.
I paid to play for a little bit at the very beginning. Now, no, not doing it.
Not at this
I'm
point.
bringing you business.
Yeah.
I had people still hit me. I was like, hey, Don, you know, we're trying to get you, you know, you only got to throw in 250. I was like, I got to throw in 250? What? No. But you got to humble yourself to those. I was out there like every night on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, going to different bars, just smiling in front of people, just like, hey, man, here's a business card. You don't even got, like, if you don't like it, throw the business card. Like, just make them laugh in between.
Right.
It's like, you might not like it, but you might love it.
Yeah.
And, you know, this interaction that we have right now, I just really want you to know it's genuine. It's me being who I am. This is something I have passion about. And then I make them feel bad if they didn't, if I see like doubt in their face, I'll be like, what if you had a business and you were trying to promote it? And it's like, I know mine's music, but like, what if you had a business? Like, when you start yours one day, I'm gonna be one of the people that supported you if you get behind this right here. And that's like a real good one to make people want to get behind you, because there's a lot of SoundCloud rappers. There is a lot of SoundCloud, and I mean that as in like their sound isn't what it should be,
right?
What it sounds pleasing to the ears. But I knew I had it. So it was like, get behind this, man. You want to do that as an artist. You got to get out there and get uncomfortable. You got to be hungry.
Yep.
You got to be promoting it. You got to be, I wouldn't say you don't have to make the TikToks. Let me not tell people to go make TikToks, but having content video as the dub video, like your original sound, and then, you know, you put a face behind it. I like having a face and words behind a lot of things.
Oh, for sure.
It just makes the music be like, all right, this is who it's coming from. And it's made the following happen. After that, and it sucks, I would say artists, you know, we have the big artists. We're in Texas country. Everybody can get drunk, big and fat, or whatever. Make it easy on yourself, man. Sex sells.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? You want longevity? You want to show that you're standing out? It's like, I want to be, so it's either like sex sells or get real fat.
Yeah.
There's no in between. Don't be like kind of in shape, kind of out of, no, for real. It's like either be full committed to like jelly roll size, and it's like, man, because the big guy always sings. We always know big dudes sing. They sing and they cook. That's one of the things. It's like, so either be real big or be real sexy. There's no in between. For the girls, it'd be the same thing too. Like,
that's true.
Don't get into this market. Don't think that sex don't sell. Don't think that, you know, you're not gonna have to go out there. I'm not saying fuck people, but like,
but that image is important.
It is. Why you want to hold yourself, not that you're better than nobody, just that you hold yourself, and when they look at you, they like, oh, he's got something on him. It's just like he's shining, and then you don't know what it is. Yeah, because they carry themselves as the artist. They show like you have to be a little humble to it, not to a degree, but
for sure,
don't not suck your own dick either. At the end of the day,
you gotta have a like confidence and presence when you're putting your stuff out, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Even just in video, I mean, on stage for sure. I mean, when you're doing a live performance, I definitely agree with that. But even in your videos, you gotta have confidence in all the social media posts that you make.
You want to be the background character. You want to stand at the foreground, man. That's just how it goes. So that's the thing I would say to artists: get uncomfortable, go out there. Go do the pay to plays. Be ready, because you know I'm. Somebody told me I was lucky the other day.
I hate when people say that shit.
Yeah, I was like, man, I guess if you want to consider me going out and busting my bitch ass and, you know, shit happening from it, be lucky. Yeah, every situation, I don't believe anything that's came my way has been coincidental.
Yep.
So I just capitalized on opportunity. I don't think that's luck. That's me hard work and being ready for the opportunity when it showed up. That's a skill, man.
That's exactly what it is. There's actually a book that says that. It says luck is nothing more than the crossroads. What is it called?
It's preparation. I know what you're talking about.
You know what that book? Right? Yeah, it's the crossroads of preparation and opportunity, right? Preparedness and opportunity.
And I stay prepared. I'm trying to be Batman of music, man. That's it.
Batman
all the way. He always knows when he's doing prep time. Go crazy. I'm ready for it.
I love it. Good stuff, man. That's really good advice, and I agree with that. I think, like you said, it is a business, right? You're putting your music out there. It's definitely a business. This is a social media question here coming up. How do you feel about? Because you have a huge following on TikTok.
Yes.
How do you feel about the potential ban on TikTok?
I mean, if it happens, I'm going to have to keep grinding. That's what it is, right? Am I going to cry about, oh, no, I lost 5? This sounds so terrible to say. Like, I despise social media to a point. If I didn't have something to promote on it, I wouldn't be as actively involved or so consumed with it, because if you don't have something that you're really trying to push out there, you're going to start living in the materialistic world of social media presence, instead of like, oh man, all these people out here that are already involved with me, because one, why are you trying to be so involved out there with something, you know, that's nothing, something that is nothing. Keep your circle already good before you do that. But if they ban it, I'll keep boosting. I'll keep boosting other platforms. That's good. I'm not going to stop working. I ain't got time. I ain't got the time.
Good stuff, man. And I'm sure there's going to be another platform that kind of comes up.
There we go. Exactly. And I'll get big on that. It's not like once you hear it, bro, it's inevitable, you know? So it's like, it doesn't matter whatever they ban. I'm going to be big on whatever platform it is because the music's going to outshine the band or whatever app it is.
100%.
My stuff is going to stand up by itself regardless. So that's why I'm not too hurt about it, but it's going to suck if they do it.
Yeah, it just kind of slows it down a little bit and you got to start over on different. That's all it is, baby. That's all it is. That's it. A little bit of adversity never hurt nobody.
Nah, builds character.
I love it. So what do you do, man, outside of music? Like, what do you do for fun?
For fun?
Yeah, like when you're not, hanging out with your friends, like you're from the country, so I'm assuming like
I have 3 daily things that I've included into my life that I've done pretty much for the last 2.5, 3 years almost. I wake up, I got the devotional of the day. I work, I hang my little 10 minutes with God, just reading his word.
I love that.
Just so I stay prepared mentally, and it's just crazy because I'm gonna pray for wisdom, but I can't go ask for wisdom if I'm not willing to go reading into the book. I do that, and that sounds like not fun, but I love the relationship that I've created with God and what he's done for me and keeping me humble, keeping me gracious, keep me having the right words to say. After that, I go get the workout in, and that's also fun to me. I'm not gonna lie. I like because at the end of the day, you just feel so much better after that first workout, man. The
especially
endorphin
if you get
rush.
One in the morning, man. You're set for
whole
the
day.
Whole
day. Then I set myself up with daily wins the whole day. It's like, man, I there's no way I can lose. I've been winning everything all day, and then when sad shit happens, it really don't affect me no more. I don't feel the pain, sorrows that I would, as much grief as I could.
Accomplishments in the morning, yeah.
I don't feel as much grief in between those. And then I play my guitar in between the day. If we're not doing that, we're out there. We travel a lot. We go see a bunch of different places. We eat. We some big eaters over here. We'll go eat. We'll go have fun. We went paintballing with the manager, golfing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we try to stay active in between just the life of the rock star lifestyle to keep our minds going. Which you got to go do stuff because I got to have new stuff to write about. I might write a golfing song. I can't golf great, but I might write one.
Man, golf is big now, right? I feel like everybody's getting into golf now. Everybody's golfing.
My coaches told me back when I was doing ball, man, that eventually if you did make it in the NFL, you were going to have to be able to do all your business meetings on the green. So I was like, even now as a musician, I'm like, I might as well start getting good at this now.
Yo, man, my brand designer, Mike back here, man, he's a big golfer.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I've never been into golf, but I'm starting to get into it just because of the business side of it.
Well, shit, look, it's one of the easiest, well, not easiest as it
I wouldn't say
skill wise, one of the easiest, but you can drink, you know what I mean? It's one of the most laid back of the sports outside of that. If you're just doing a business casual type meeting. Now, professional level, of course, they're out there focused in.
Oh, yeah.
Serious as hell, which I get too. But like, if I'm just going to go sit out there and talk about, we want you to come play at this place right here, and we're just shooting the shit the whole day.
I'll catch a buzz and close the deal.
Yeah, no doubt. All day. And then maybe I impress him a little bit. I start getting better with the golf. So I'm like, damn, Don out here actually golfing too.
Let's get him in a
country golf guy.
I love it. So you said you played ball, man, college ball?
I did. I played football at Ouachita Baptist in Southern Arkansas in Arkansas University or near them.
That's what's up. I was going to ask you if you played sports, man, because like we talked, pretty big dude. What position did you play?
I was defensive end. I'm skinny now, man. Honestly, I was like 270, but at the time I was like, I was a real big dude. Got out of that, ended up.
You play all 4 years?
So I did 3 years at Ouachita Baptist, and then dropped out my senior year. Had my kid. You heard me calling on him a second ago. Dropped out, went to go work at the sawmill, trying to be family guy.
Yep.
It was awesome. Ended up working at a ranch at Malvern compared to the sawmill too. So they had the owner ended up somehow seeing me. He wanted me to personally come out to his ranch.
Oh, wow.
Ended up breaking up with the girlfriend. The girlfriend's dad or uncle.
This is baby mama?
Baby mama owned the sawmill at the time.
Ooh.
And I hadn't been in trouble that whole time I was there for like a year and a half. And I think I got fired within that first week of the breakup. And I was still paying her bills. It was crazy. I was like, fuck this. I'm going back to Texas. So a year and a half goes by. I'm like, man, I got a year of eligibility left. One of my old coaches from Ouachita Baptist, Chad Adams, ended up transferring to Southern Arkansas. He knew I was a dog, knew my work ethic. So I trained hard for like a year and a half.
Nice.
Then came back, went to Southern Arkansas, had a tryout, worked out, was real good. Still
on your last year,
they brought me back on. I ended up working out to become a starter after a year and a half off still.
Nice.
So like, I made another dream happen. I don't know. I've always had things like if I said I was going to do it, I just went to go do it. Got back in school for a year, was out there, had my pro day. This is when COVID hits 2020. COVID just hits. I had a real good pro day, man. I remember they were drafting a bunch of people, and I definitely ran faster. I think the guy who they picked over me, he just went to a bigger school. So it really is politics a lot in football. But I did do good enough for another tryout, and they wanted me to come back. But between this time, I ended up getting a big bar fight with a bunch of dudes. Not like I didn't pick it. They were pouring beer on people down below. This one guy was, and I told him to quit real politely, smiling wise, real smiley wise. And he didn't do it. And then I walked away real nice. And then not even 5 seconds later, old boy's just pouring drinks down on people. I go grab the beer out of his hand and end up just destroying his face. And his friend kind of walks up, and I had to hit him too. And then white people provoke. They think a big black man's just starting shit for no reason. And then I got 6 guys jumping on my back, man, at a bar. And one of them twisted my dick. It was terrible. Like, you remember that? Grab his dick and twist it? This really happened, bro. I have 6 dudes on my fucking back, and I'm down there on a knee, and I feel a hand come up underneath from my crotch. And he just hits me with the good old dick twist. And I'm down there like, this really happened? Real quick. I stood up so fast with 6 guys. I was like, I forgot how strong, but my knees hurt now. I'm hurting in between this because when we fell down with all those 6 dudes, my knee rocks the ground real hard.
That adrenaline hit real quick.
They were super drunk. It was the most sloppy white boy fight I think I've ever seen. They were so terrible. None of them hit me, which is even worse. They thought they were. And then they threw their racial slurs out because they thought I was being an ignorant aggressor at the end of the day. That's how it always goes. It always goes like you can't ever have nothing. The bar kicks me out politely. They know who I am. I had just started my songs already, so I had no fear or whatever. Yeah. Like the name was growing. You had a reputation already. Yeah, the name was growing. It's the nice guy. Like I've never been just a mean asshole. Yeah. So even the bar kicks me out politely. The police come out afterwards. As we're walking out the bar, this is the funniest part. The guy that I smoked his face comes up, and the security guards are with me. The security guards are smaller than me. I'm walking out, and he just like decks me right in the side of the head. And it doesn't do nothing. And his face is just done. I'm looking at it, I was like, what would you do if these security guards weren't here right now? And I just smile. We both walk out together. It was a great night, but my knees hurt after that. And then we go through the process, and I'm like, damn, man, like, this is not, my leg does not feel the same. I'm laid up on the couch for like 3 weeks after that. Oh, no. I'm like, all right, well, there's football. And I was like, what do I got? What do I got going? I'm already a little bit in the music. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, we gotta go balls deep. We gotta get into it. What can I do? And I just started right there from that day. And it's like, wow, I want to do guitar more. I want to do this. Yeah. And I ended up meeting the same guy at the tattoo shop that I told you about earlier. Yeah. His name was Dustin Driver. He started showing me little small licks on the guitar. Mm-hmm. And then I told you, like, coaching was my biggest thing. I could take just anything you want to show me. And I've just been running with it from there. And just like, how can I get better at the guitar? How can I show my musicianship, not just vocally, but eventually I want to be a big presence name. Like I look up, you got this Carlos Santana's, you got all those people, you got Jimi Hendrix. I want to be light-skinned Jimmy. Hey, that's the goal, man.
I like that. That says a lot, man, to be honest, because, whenever, you look at artists who went from hip hop and R&B, right? A lot of that is just like tracks, right? They're just like overlapping tracks and stuff. Like no one's really playing any instruments. They're just taking music from a computer. And so I'm really impressed, man, to be honest, when I saw the videos of you playing last night and you had a guitar in your hand and stuff, and I was like, this dude, he's holding that B minor pretty good out there.
Hey, man, I love it. It's hard, but if you could get people's attention when you're just beating on a piece of wood, you can do it with the beat anytime, man.
Yeah, I like that.
So we got the track outs too that we'll play, which will have no vocals on there, and I'll just play, the acoustic with it so people let them know. And then at the end of the song, when the track out's over, I'll hit the lick, like for Neon You to be like, look, I really do play this as well.
I know what I'm doing.
I know, and I know you probably just see me sing Girl Nothing Shines, but like, this is really me up here playing this mother trucker. Thank y'all for being in here. So the support's gone crazy, bro. I've gotten better. I couldn't hit those licks probably 6 months ago. Just staying in my room, not ignoring people, but like I focus in when I'm really focused. Work. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's funny that that song. There's what's that one line in there? It says, "You're a diamond in a rhinestone."
You are a diamond. That's a catchphrase, man.
That's the perfect catchphrase. Every time I hear that, I'm like, that's so good.
That's gonna be so good. It's a shirt wise. I plan on that song pretty much being a classic. I think it's gonna be around from that. I'll be singing it till I'm 50 for sure. Just it's gonna hit people at home. Makes you feel good.
That's the song that kind of set you off, though, right? Like that's the one that hit big. On You, right?
It's crazy. That's the only one, that and Better on the Beach, when I was first presented with country music. These weren't the ones I got to write. They were like, Don, what do you think about this? And they sent me words, and I was like reading it. So I really like what I'm reading right here. I didn't like too much what I heard. It wasn't bad, but it's just like, it was super bland chicken country at first.
Yeah, I got you. Cookie cutter stuff.
Yeah, and then if you hear Better on the Beach, they wanted me to sing it bland country. I sang bland country chicken on Better on the Beach, and they spiced it up barely. They put some salt and pepper on it. we get to Neon U, and he was like, I want to sing it how I want to sing it. And I straight up told him, and I went in there, and their whole face, like, he's like, oh, this is the sound of the new sound of that we were looking for. And I was like, yeah, you just gotta let me do me at a certain point to a degree. And then Neon U, I started promoting it, and I think on TikTok, that's the first one we had that hit the 500,000. I was like, oh, run
and
with
so
it.
Whenever you released that song, did you, when it went viral on TikTok, was the song already out, or were you just putting like clips out to promote it?
Clips. So that's another thing for artists. I would say, if you got a song and you know it's going to be coming out within a month, I think a month of promo is perfect. You don't want to go 2-3 months. That's too much waiting. Get on it and then just keep running with the sound and the clip and just making the video. I mean, don't stay the same, you know, be a little different. But
right.
Use the clip. If it's blowing up, you know, more people
want
to
see use that sound. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of dancers now all around the world. I can say the world now that do global dance videos, and it's super cool.
I was gonna say that too. I was listening to your album, you know, the one that you just released. What was it?
This Is For You? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like almost every single song on there is a great two-stepping song.
That's what we're doing, right?
Yeah,
we want more.
Good. Yeah, you listen to it and you're just like, man, I just want to get on the dance floor with this one.
And everyone's got a little different kind of groove to it. So it's like, you can still two-step it, but you got to change it up. Some of them more saucy, some of them more traditional.
Some a little more sway.
Yeah. It's fun, man. Music's a beautiful thing. It hits everybody in there. So I don't care what nobody says. If you ever seen Vibrations.
Right there, bro. I love that.
If you've seen Vibrations, the way it makes water move, and you 70% water, what's music going to do to you? It's going to make you move, man.
I love it. All right, so going back a little bit to where you said they wanted me to sing it this way, it had no salt and pepper on it. I wanted to do my own. So obviously that's a thing in the music industry that you don't like.
Yeah,
what with that, you can expand on that if you'd like. But also, what else in the music industry that you've experienced that you're just like not happy with, that you wish was maybe a little different?
Different now. I mean, I've shown that what I have is good enough for them to listen to me now. Because at first, you know, like I said, you come in big dick, especially the first time in Nashville, there's just so much doubt. It's like, oh, he did R&B. Right. We'll see him. We'll see if he does country.
You built that trust with them now.
Yes. Now they love me when I come down. Bro, they set up the rights around me now. They're like, oh, Don's coming back. We about to write some songs. It's going to be something hot. The only bad things originally was, like I said, the dudes pretty much every time I said something, revamping what I just said. And I was like, yeah, okay. That and man, just the way they wanted me to sing it. I did the pop, EDM, country. It was terrible. It wasn't terrible. I wasn't in love with it. So if I'm not in love with it, why don't I want to put it out?
Of course not. Yeah.
So now I got like every song that I do get to record, even if we write it, I'll straight up be like, we're not recording this, but we'll write it. We'll write some stuff, and then I get to sell those songs now. So like that's cool too. I'm a songwriter. I'm a writer for Nashville. So
that's awesome.
I've just gotten lucky. I've done so good every time I've gotten lucky. I've killed opportunity, and you know, people want to work with me. I can't help that. Now cool. I've smoothed out all the nonsense. The last part about the bad things of music would be the venues, except for this one. Right, El Honky Tonk was one of the most loving and warm, embracing places. I'm 5 hours from home, man. We brought a huge crowd in here. They took care of us. They got us an extra hotel room. Oh, nice. Yeah, they didn't want me, the old lady, and my boys all, So, like, they took care of us there, but we've had places, and I won't bring up the name because I'm going to be playing there again soon. We get there, we got 600 people just lined up already, man. And the guy's like, yeah, we don't really, we asked for a little bit more money because we know, like, if you bring 600 fucking people in there, I know what you're going to make. And he's like, yeah, we could have done the show with the opener. And I love the opener. He's a cool guy, but like, did nobody get up to the front to the opener? Did nobody start dancing when the opener was up there? They said that they could have just cut you out? They texted my manager that. They texted I seen the message and I was like, get the hell out of here. We're going to do this show so good. Like, if they ever talk to us like that again, I will go to the bar right down the street and I will pack it out until, you know.
Like, everybody just follow me.
Oh, I was living it because they were messing with our writer, which is like what artists get. We asked for Jameson. We asked for one bottle of Jameson.
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
$30.
Come on, man. Yeah. We asked for that. We asked for beers for the band. It was like, it just seemed like we were pulling tooth. And I was like, why are we arguing with this man when there's 500 right now outside and it's not even 9 o'clock?
We're talking about $40 worth.
And then he texted us that. And then we showed, all right. So I was like, all right. My manager, his name's Mike, like I said earlier, a bunch of tattoos on him, kind of looks like a thug. So if you see, so the venue owner is always like, this is your manager? And the looks are bad. It's like, this is the man I really need to talk. I'm gonna give you a check to this guy.
This is the most professional man in your team.
I was like, yes, you can. The way we have our conversations, I need you to treat him with the same respect because I respect him like that. And he's an extension of me. So whatever I'm talking about, he's talking about the same thing. After we killed that show, tune switched entirely, man. I was like, oh, Don, all right, well, next time we'll pay you X amount. I was like, yeah, that's what.
He saw the
quit
receipts
acting
at the bar.
Yeah, man, quit acting like we aren't doing what we're doing, because we had a show there a long time ago before, and they gave me a week to promote. You can't do nothing with a week to promote. And my name wasn't big yet either. So I think I had like 65, 70 people out there. And it sucked.
Yeah.
That does suck. But
That's part of the
once
game,
you
though,
see
yeah.
it, and then you see, I also got better at guitar the last time I ended up showing. So I've just now, I brought a new skill set to the table. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, we can't be doing this to Don Lewis no more. Because
Yeah.
I'm going to demand my fucking respect. You're
Yeah.
not going to put some respect on my name, as Birdman said, man. And that's what I've been doing. So that's the last hard part of the music thing. I've literally killed every other milestone, from making a website, from making EPK, to making I've done the foot traffic, and I still go out by myself sometimes. I just have
Nice.
days where I kick the whole family away from me, and I take off to the city. I got business cards in my pocket. I got my guitar on my back. I'm like, this is what I was doing. I'm a traveling man. I'm a singing man, baby.
Yeah. That gets a lot of publicity too, man. And you get a lot of really loyal fans doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going out there and just talking to people.
That's what you want to do, though,
Yeah.
right? You want the loyal fan. I don't want the generic people off the phone. They're like, if I can meet you in person, you had a real conversation, 95% of the people are like, he's so nice. It's like, it's fake how nice he is. That's it. And I hear that a lot, too.
It's like he's from Commerce, Texas.
It's like, nah, it's like, I straight try to treat everybody like Christ would want to treat me, man. It's like, man, you my brother in arms. I'm trying to do unto others I want to do unto them.
Man, I literally tell people that exact same line. I just want to love people the way God loves me. Man, that's so
even
good.
when they give me a reason, I gotta forgive them. And like, unless it's just atrociousness, and I won't associate with you, but I still won't run your name.
I still love you.
Yeah. I don't have the time to be putting any hate on you, because I'm wasting hate on you. I'm wasting negative, jealousy, whatever you want to have. I could be putting that positive energy back in my music, back into my family, my friends, my people. And that's why I am who I am, and how I'm so nice, so cringy nice.
I love it, man. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Good stuff, dude. So let's talk about you have a lot of connections, right? You work with a lot of people deep in the industry, man. Is there anybody who you haven't had the opportunity to work with and collaborate with?
Ooh, yeah.
Like
work with. He keeps flirting with me on TikTok, man. He keeps seeing my stuff. He's even commented a few times. It's Jelly Roll. And I now know, as my music's growing, I have a lot of and they're not bad. Not all the artists, anyways. I'm not gonna say all of them are good. They all want to do a collab of some sort. Well, if the sound's not good, you don't have any kind of presence at all. I now have the presence, so I'm thinking like, which is way bigger. Jelly Roll is way bigger, but I feel like I'm building the resume for him. Might possibly wanting to work with me, so I'm gonna keep tagging and doing remixes, doing songs until, because I think he'll do it one day, and then that'll be one of the biggest collabs that I wanted to do here recently, because I grew up listening to Jelly Roll, man, before he was doing the Sons in the Center stuff. I was hanging out when he was, he was talking about selling a whole bunch of whatever. I won't put his own business out there, but he said he was singing for a pack of cigarettes, man, a little bit of green and a whole bunch of other nonsense. And I was like, man, I didn't have to go that far, thank God. But like, I completely can get along with this guy's hustle, because it's a struggle at first to get started. So one day,
for sure,
I'm gonna speak it into existence. I'm gonna do one with Jelly Roll.
I love that.
And I will play with Parker McCollum, just because I like the guy's music. He has a little bit of a higher voice that sometimes I can't get behind, but his songwriting's always solid. Dude's a solid guy.
His songwriting is really, really good. Yeah, definitely. He puts on a hell of a show too, man. I saw him also a couple months back. Yeah, really, really good. All right, so what's the? This is gonna be a 2-part question right here, and this is just in general. It doesn't have to be in the music industry. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given, and what's the worst piece of advice you've ever been given?
Oh man, I could give more love than you expected to give every day.
I love that.
Because you never know, somebody could be going through a hard time. I smile through a lot of stuff. So my catchphrase, which I heard from the church a long time ago, was blessed and highly favored. I say that to a lot of people. You should see the anger that comes on their faces. And I was like, bro, my bills are due. My baby mama just, my son, this, and I'm having a bad day, but I'm still blessed.
Yep.
I woke up today. I got to come talk about God. I got to come talk about what I'm doing. My pockets always get replenished when they happen to happen. It's always on time. So I'm going to give more love than I'm expected to give every day, because they don't have to give it to me, because God going to give it to me. He going to fill my love tank up every day, and he does, because I have this conversation with him. The worst piece of advice, slow down. Be more humble.
Yeah.
I wrote songs about it. I was like, how much more humble? You pretty much don't want me to love myself. I've had a lot of people, you just shallow as fuck. I was like, bro, I'm out here doing food drives. You ain't been to one of my food drives.
Right?
You've been doing music X amount of time longer than me. I don't think you've ever done a toy drive, community drive, anything, but I'm the unhumble one. So like that's the worst advice I've ever had. Somebody telling me to slow my ass down.
I love that.
Cause I'm a rocket ship right now, man. If I can move fast and good, you're retarded. I'm not slowing down. You're the one that needs to slow down.
Yeah. I like that, man. That's really good. That's really good advice right there. I got one last question for you, man. And I think if anybody watches the entire podcast, you probably answered a ton of questions that people probably already had. But is there anything else that you want people to know about you that they don't already know from just watching the entire podcast?
I got integrity.
Integrity.
I got grit. I wake up every day and I want this more than anything. I'm always gonna show love to people who show up and show support to us. Even if they don't show support and show love to us, I'm gonna still pray for them. And they don't have to accept my prayers. That's cool, because I'm still gonna say you can't stop me from praying. Ha ha ha. I want to stand on my word. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna be that man. I try to live better every day. I walk around not judging people, because I don't want people. I mean, they can judge me, but you don't want them to judge you. I'm not gonna pull the plank out of my eye and you got a sawdust speck in yours. And so I walk around. I just want people to know that I really am for the people. I'm half black, half white, man. I come from a very hard heritage, like just growing up, period. I want to extend love to people who ignorant. I want to extend love to people who blissful. And I just want them to see that it goes either direction. I don't have to be in your favor for me to show love to you either. You can be pissing me off and I'm still gonna kill you with kindness.
I love it.
So that's all they need to know, man.
I love it.
I'm gonna kill your ass with kindness.
That's good stuff, man. I love it, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you, getting to know you a little bit. I really appreciate your time. I know you guys have.
I gotta follow the podcast too, man.
Oh yeah, you got to, man.
That's what we're gonna do when we get off here. No, we're not driving back. We're about to,
go about to get some grub.
We're gonna do some San Antonio things today.
Get some grub before you gotta get the Alamo. Yeah, get some barbecue. You got to find yourself a nice little taco truck too.
I believe it.
Get some tacos somewhere. You see, taco truck is probably gonna be pretty good. Like they're all pretty good.
San Antonio, the food. The first thing I did on the drive down here is like, where we gonna go? What's popping in San Antonio? Pinkertons is one of the places I end up pulling up. It's like, well, guess what? It's right around the corner. We gonna make it make sense.
I love it.
That works, bro.
I love it, man. I appreciate your time so much, man. Very humble dude, bro.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all watching. This is episode, again, I don't even remember what episode we're on. 210 podcast here at El Honky Tonk. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.